In developing news this morning, in the past 30 minutes, the Israeli Defense Force says it is currently striking surface-to-surface missile infrastructure in western Iran. It comes after they attacked Iranian state television and a studio overnight. Take a look.
آنچه که ملاحظه کردید، صدایی که شنیدید، فضای غبارآلود استودیو
That studio in Tehran, the capital of Iran. Similar scenes in Israel, of course, as the missiles continue in the other direction. Jordan Tufik is a Kiwi in Tel Aviv, and he joins us this morning. Jordan, thanks for being with me. First of all, how are you feeling? How was last night?
Good morning, Ryan. Well, I can say that last night was a pretty tough one. We were in the shelter, in and out, maybe 3 or 4 times, and through those times in the shelter, you're there with around 40, 50 neighbours sitting together, and often in your pajamas, and you're hearing explosions outside. Often those explosions are the missile interceptors, but at other times they're missiles landing on the ground, and it's very, very terrifying. We're feeling very tense here, but we know how to get through it.
Jordan, we had some advice from our government yesterday to, if you're a Kiwi, to leave. That's not a choice you're making, obviously. Why not?
Well, at the moment, it's very, very difficult to leave. All the flights out of the airports are cancelled, and if you want to leave, you have to go through Egypt or Jordan, and that's not a choice that most Israelis would want to take. And for me, I have my family here, I have my work here, and I don't want to leave at this stage, but it's very hard.
What are people feeling about how long this could drag out, whether you can sustain the, in and out of the shelters and the bombing and the shelling of the apartment buildings? What's the mood?
So Israelis are very used to going in and out of shelters. It's been kind of a part of life here for decades, and particularly since the 7th of October. This here is something on another level. The missiles landing is far scarier than what we've ever had before. And I don't think Israelis are filled with the delight of this lasting for weeks on end. Of course, we would love to see this over very, very shortly. And yeah, we're having to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, and it's an anxious wait. Do you feel also for Iranians on the other side who are experiencing the exact same thing you guys are?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think I can say fairly accurately that a lot of Israelis have a really strong affinity with the Iranian people. There's a large number of Israelis who have Iranian heritage, and Israelis are taking no joy in seeing Iranian civilians being affected by this. I think Israelis are generally happy seeing nuclear facilities being dismantled and Iranian military leaders being taken out by this, because the Iranian regime has been a very existential threat to Israel for a long time. But the effect that it's having on civilians is very, very hard for us to see. It's horrible.
Jordan, really appreciate you coming on the program this morning and talking to us about your experience. And also interesting to hear the perspective of your fellow Israelis. Jordan Tufik, who's a Kiwi living in Tel Aviv and has decided, despite all of the bombing and the missiles landing there, to stay.